Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mupo and Friends. We are,
Emanuela Messina,
and I am Michelle Mupo.
and we're brought to you by Mupo TV.
And you could catch this show and many others at www.mupotv.com. That's www.mupotv.com. And if you're looking for a career in the entertainment industry, or you just want to be a part of a Mupo Familia type of atmosphere, go to mupoentertainment.com and stay tuned because this show is going to be a good one. As always, they are actually all of the shows are good. And they are because they share things that nobody else shares before, and they do it on this show first.
They have. I witnessed it. It's actually really cool to see when they do, because they actually say, nobody's ever asked me this before, or I never shared this information. So I think that's really cool when they do that kind of thing. And I love it that they do it here first on Mupo and Friends. And we wanted to say thank you all to tuning into this episode where we love to bring you all of the celebrities and the entrepreneurs that you guys all want to know about, right?
Yeah. And for the record, I'm wearing a sweatshirt today because it is really cold. I think we're going to get snow here in New Jersey. What's it like in Canada?
You know what? It's actually quite mild here today. Yesterday, you could actually walk out with a t-shirt. Yeah, it was pretty warm.
That was us last week.
But I think you're right. I think the snow is going to start to trickle in. So that's okay. But you know what? We're in the middle of winter. We need it. And I love the snow. So I'm happy about that.
Right on. Well, I have to tell everyone, make sure that if you haven't downloaded our app, download Mupo Entertainment. That's the name of the app, and it's on Android and iOS. You could watch us on Roku and Fire Stick through the Mupo Entertainment app on Vimeo, because we're on Vimeo as well. We're on YouTube. We need to start promoting YouTube because we don't even use it. Why don't we use YouTube? I mean,
we have our own app, right? We have our own app,
we are
guys.
The next Netflix and Hulu. My point exactly.
And you can download it on your Apple device as well as your Android too. So make sure you do that. But I want to talk about one thing that you actually didn't really get a chance to do in the past, or just hasn't come up, but our Mupo swag. Our swag. And I love, so I'm wearing my shirt. Michelle's got her hoodie on.
Yes.
But I love that we have the French bulldogs too, right? Like those guys on the merch now.
We do.
It's looking pretty good. And let's just share with them where you can find the Mupo swag, which is www.mupoentertainment.com under store, and you can find all the swag that you want. And one more thing.
Yeah.
Ready?
And
we got our next issue.
I was going to say, do you have a magazine? Go ahead, put it up there. Look at how beautiful DB Piper looks.
Yeah, it's a pretty amazing magazine. So guys, if you want to do some more advertising in it, we have a few spots left, and I'm excited to get the second issue out.
Yeah, and you know what else I got to tell you?
Tell me.
We do have Mupo pocketbooks and puppy dog. We have to get them out there. So the pet supplies, we are going to be donating it to a charity. Cool. So if you purchase like Mr. Muffin, anything with his beautiful face on it, we're going to donate it to a special cause. And
I love that.
We're going to go through that, but not today because it's not solidified. But it definitely will be solidified because they're a 501c3. So
there you go. Okay, wait, before we go, I have not asked this. This is the first time I'm going to actually ask this in 2023. Did you have a Mupo awesome week?
Yes, I did have a Mupo awesome week. Did you have a Mupo awesome week?
I did. I really did. I'm excited.
I went out somewhere and they were like, why do you say Mupo awesome?
Yeah.
And then some guy was like, are you stuck back in the 80s? And I'm like, yes, I am stuck back in the 80s. Exactly. Because there was no problems when we were kids, right? We didn't have to worry about anything.
And let's be honest, the 80s stuff is coming back. So who's laughing now, right?
Yeah. And I'm very excited because we're doing the making of Mupo Entertainment.
Yeah.
And it's going to be real good. And for those of you who have not, I want to just tell you the movie that I watched. I watched it 3 times, but last week I watched it. It was called The Institute. And if you guys have, it kind of was, it was on, your feet. You're on your feet and you're like, oh my God, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? And you see the build-up point to where the lead character, the gentleman, he's getting frustrated and he knows something's going on. But at the end, I would have never guessed the end.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
it's gonna be on my list of shows to watch or movies to watch.
It's definitely a little sci-fi, and it's pretty cool.
Cool.
It's pretty cool.
Done. All right.
So
Are we
on
ready?
that note, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we will be back with our special guest, who you all know. Okay. And if you don't know, I'd be highly surprised, because even I was just like, wow, when this guest, when they said, oh, we got this person, I was just like, are you serious? Like, really
I'm excited. I'm excited.
I am too. So on that note, we are going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with our special guest.
Told her we stopped for commercials?
Yes.
You did. Okay, sorry. Just wanted to double check. All right, here we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Mupo and Friends. And our special guest today is an actress who knew her own mind at age 8 when she started in the business doing voiceovers. Since then, she's run the TV gamut from popular sitcoms like Blackish and Two Broke Girls to dramas like American Horror Story and Ray Donovan. No stranger to film, she's had roles in A Holiday Heist, AnchorMan 2, The Legend Continues, and Southern Comfort. In her latest film, Dognapped, Hound for the Holidays, she plays an egotistical influencer whose dog has been kidnapped. Please welcome Kimberly Guerrero. Hello, Kimberly, and welcome.
Hello,
How are you?
Hi, thank you so much for having me on today.
No, thank you. We're definitely honored, and I want to know what it was like. What was the most enjoying moment filming Dognapped, Hounds for the Holidays? Because I'm a big dog lover.
Oh, I am too. Getting to work with a dog was amazing. That's the first time I've ever worked with an animal on set. But it was a Christmas movie, and there's something so magical about filming a holiday film. We filmed actually last summer in 2022. So when you're watching a holiday movie, a lot of times you see it and it looks like we're filming during Christmas time. We're filming in the middle of the summer, but it's so fun to jump into a holiday film in the heat of the summer in August and get in that Christmas spirit, like in the middle of the summer, and then relive it when the movie comes out half a year later.
And how did it feel like being the lead in a Christmas movie go from a wish to a reality?
Oh my gosh, it was a dream come true. I actually put that on my dream board. I'm a big manifester, and I put it on my dream board at the beginning of 2022. And I've worked on another Christmas film before for Ion TV, but I played a supporting role. And I kind of put it out to the universe. I told my manager, I told my agent, and I wrote it down physically. And I was like, this year I want the lead in a holiday movie. That was my goal. And then lo and behold, I got the role of Victoria in Dognapped. And it was so much fun. And now I hope this isn't a one-off. I'd love to film a Christmas movie every year.
Yeah, it'll happen. It definitely will happen. Now, did you pattern Victoria after anyone in particular?
Oh my gosh, kind of, but I can't name the person because she's a piece of work. Not someone I know close, but yeah, someone I might have met in passing and before. It was definitely an inspiration for Victoria. I had to find somewhere to pull her from because she's just an absolute piece of work. She's just this egotistical social media influencer, like this former celebrity who ends up being a bit of a villain in this film. A role that I've never played before. So that was a really fun thing to tackle. But after playing that villain role, I was like, okay, I want to do some more of this. That was really fun.
And have you ever worked for a boss like Victoria in the past?
No, I don't think I could. I wouldn't last. I wouldn't last 2 weeks. My co-star Sarah Ball, she's a really good friend of mine now, and we had a joke, and she was like, "I could never let someone push me around like this." She's like, "I would have quit in 2 weeks working for you," and I'm like, "I don't blame you."
You just have to come to Jersey for that. They do that all day long here.
Yeah.
How far would you actually go to achieve success?
Nothing that would compromise myself or who I am.
Good
So
point.
as long as I stay true to myself, whatever success comes from that is meant to be, but I wouldn't change who I am as a person to be successful.
That's
Very
amazing.
different from Victoria. So
So I want to ask something about the dogs that were on set. Were they playful or did they bite? What was their personalities like?
So the star of our film, Tiny, is played by a dog actor, Falcor. And I had no idea going into this movie that, I mean, I guess I kind of knew that like a dog actor was a thing, but I learned that it's like like it's actually like a cast professional role. And our dog actor Falcor was absolutely amazing. He's a veteran. I feel like he's worked more than I have. So he knew what he was doing, but he's also a bit of a diva. It was really hot. We filmed during a heat wave in LA. So there are a lot of rules with animals. So he had to go to his trailer a lot for a lot of breaks, which we were like, he's a bit of a diva.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
And how were you able to get the Christmas spirit being in that 100 degrees while wearing, because you wore a fur coat? What was that like?
Yeah. There's something about filming a holiday movie where everyone's just in a really good mood on set and it's kind of magical. So I think every day when we dive into that role, we kind of forget how hot it was. I mean, our makeup artists and hair people and the entire crew would not, because they'd constantly have to cut to, fix us up, because we'd be pouring sweat in this Christmas movie and we're supposed to look, like we're cold and it's the holidays. So that's always a challenge, but there's just something so magical about filming a holiday movie that you kind of forget the element you're in. We actually filmed in a heat wave in LA. I think it was 108 degrees. One of the days we were filming outside, and there's a rule, you can't film, I think it's over 105. So there was a point where they were like, we have to cut early for the day because it got so hot. Our trailers even lost power. So we all just hung out together, sweating.
Wow.
That's movie magic for you.
That is. And we're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back with our special guest.
And we are back with Kimberly Guerrero here on Mupo and Friends. I want to know, being so young when you started, how did you know acting was what you wanted to do with your life?
It was the first time I ever felt at home as a person. So I was a very introverted little kid. My mom put me in dance classes at like 5 years old just to try to bring me out of my shell, because I was the type of kid that hid behind my mom. And something happened the first time I went on stage for something as simple as a recital. And I went up there and my parents thought it was going to be a complete disaster. They're like, she's just going to like run off stage or hide. But I actually like got in front of everyone and led the performance. And they were like, okay, maybe she has something there. And that led to them putting me in theater, musical theater. I did like pageants and competitions, like talent competitions growing up. And then I went to an open call for a voiceover at 8 years old with just, I don't know how many hundreds or thousands of kids, and no voiceover experience. I ended up booking the job. And that kind of, at 8 years old, I was like, wow, I want to do this with my life. And then I grew up in Arizona. So there's more opportunity now in different states. It used to be just like LA or New York if you wanted to act, but I did as much as I could growing up there. And I always knew that I would go to a bigger market and go to LA or New York and start my career. So I went to college for a little bit, and then I was like, I got to get out to LA. I knew that was what I was supposed to do. So I packed up my bags, packed up my car. I lucked out because I had a manager beforehand, which really helps. So I got to LA and I wasn't lost, and I started auditioning right away. And I think I booked my first job pretty quick. It was a really small, like one-liner co-star on a show. And I was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. Like it was just something I was meant to do. And I love it. I hope I can act until I'm 80 or 90 or however long I'm blessed to live on this earth. I hope I could have a career like Betty White. Like I think
That's
that would
beautiful.
Yeah,
You-
totally.
cool.
You know what I see though, and because I'm very intuitive, I see you could play Karen Carpenter in the making of Karen Carpenter and the Carpenters. I
Oh,
think,
that would be so cool. Let's
yeah,
put
because
that
I just put it out in the universe because you kind of remind me of her, and it's freaking me out because I'm a big fan of Karen Carpenter. Music is my thing, you know.
Yeah. Oh,
But-
that would be incredible. Can you imagine? I would love to do her life story. That would be unbelievable.
Yeah, so we're putting it out in the universe. Any writers out there, we do have directors and casting and producers. Let's make this happen. And have you ever been tempted to quit, or do something else, like in the middle of a job?
The thing about the acting business is it is a roller coaster. It's full of ups and downs. So I've never gotten to the point where I've wanted to quit. I've definitely took different directions throughout my career. Like I did some on-air hosting and entertainment hosting for a while when acting was a little slow for me, but it's always been something on camera and something in the performance realm. So I think even if the universe like throws me down and I don't book work for a while, I'm very persistent. So I'll never give up. I'm just not that type of person.
Are you a Virgo?
No, I'm a Capricorn.
All right, so it's still summer, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right on. We are very persistent.
Yes. Yeah.
Very persistent.
Very driven, hardworking. And I'm definitely hard on myself. I don't know if you're like that as a Virgo, but I'm very
I am. I'm very hard on myself. Well, you know
Yeah.
what it is? If something bad happens, so the key for me is I just shrug it off. Like Lizzo said, brush it off your shoulder, say, hey, it happened. It's better that you fail because you could always fix it. The
Mhm.
more you fail, the smarter you become. And it's no big deal. You have to look at it as just let it go, give it to God.
Oh, 100%. That's all I do. I mean, that's all you can do. You can put your best out there. And sometimes it's funny because even with auditions, when I feel like I failed before, sometimes mistakes I've made have made me more human in a character. And I've actually ended up like booking work that way. So I think even mistakes you make along the way, sometimes that can, create character and,
Exactly.
It's more
Think about it.
real.
yeah.
And
Mhm.
what do I tell everyone? Make sure you get all the hard stuff out in the beginning of the day. So
Yep.
the end of the day, you can coast and have a good night's sleep.
Yes,
That's right.
exactly.
So make
And she
mistakes.
always says too, like, if something goes wrong, she's like, okay. And I'm like, how's that not frustrating you? She's like, it's okay. We'll just pick up and move on and learn
I'm
from
a
it and do
fixer.
better. Yeah, total fixer.
That's
Total fixer.
that's the mindset you have to have.
Yeah, totally. She's got a
Listen.
very strong mindset.
It happens for a reason. We put it out
Mhm.
there in our chart. Like when we wrote our chart, that's what we did. So
Yeah.
we're here to manifest life as best as we possibly can, manifest all the beautiful things we want, and create peace.
Great.
100%. I feel like every role I've booked, it's something I put out to the universe and I've manifested. Like I believe that talent can only take you so far in this business. There's something else that has to happen along the way. And some people call it luck. I call it maybe more like fate or your
Mhm.
destiny,
Yes.
Yeah, you're definitely glowing though. So you're
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you.
good. So I want to know what's changed for you now that things have gone digitally, or have they?
You know what? There's endless opportunities to create. So
Mhm.
when there's times where the business could be a little slow, like there's no excuse anymore where you can't get out there and even create your own content.
Very true.
That is true. And you could do it on
Mhm.
Mupo TV, everybody. So with a wide range of work, do you have a favorite genre? Because
Oh,
you've done just about everything.
Yeah, I've been very fortunate to work in dramas, comedies, soaps, now a Christmas movie, but comedy, that is my absolute favorite niche to work in. If I could be on a long running sitcom, I'm putting that out there to the universe right now. If I could,
Whoa,
if I could be on a long running sitcom, I think
I got
that would
goosebumps.
be my end goal. Like as an
I got
actor.
goosebumps when you said
I,
that.
Yeah.
I feel like
Kimberly.
that would be my complete like end goal. So
It's
I
going to
love,
happen.
Very cool.
thank you. I love working in comedy. Like I love to make people feel good and laugh.
Mhm.
Such a good soul.
Yeah.
Even filming
I
a
just,
personality, like if I can make somebody, my character, she was horrible, but I still found the comedy in her. And if I can bring like happiness to people on screen, I feel like that's what I'm meant to do.
I just put something out in the universe that I'm working on, and I'm like actually getting chills about it. So I can't wait. I'm excited.
So exciting.
Well, it's just like that, but I want to know.
When you get those good chills, you know
Yeah.
that, like something's happening too.
Mhm.
You just get
Yeah.
that feeling.
Well, when you said sitcom, I wrote a sitcom with
Mhm.
Mickey James and and from the WWE and another wrestler,
Amazing.
and it's like Archie Bunker meets, I don't even know. It's Archie Bunker meets Melrose Place, and Archie Bunker is a black retired angry wrestler that hates everyone. And it's we did table reads with it, and
Mhm.
for
Amazing.
5 weeks, and we had a couple celebrities come on and read, and every time they read, they laughed at the same spot. So we were like, wow,
Yeah,
it's
it
going
was
places.
good.
We're gonna have to do something with that, because I was
Yeah.
just
That's when you know you have something, you know.
Yeah.
Love it. So what would be your dream role?
Oh my gosh. Like I said, probably just a long running sitcom. I think it would be so fun too if I could work in this business till I was like in my 70s or 80s or even 60s or whatever age I meant to work till. And I did like a reboot of the Golden Girls.
Oh my God, that would
Love
be
the
cool.
Golden Girls.
Fun. I think that would be so fun one day. Like after I have a long running career, like eventually like work like when I'm older on a show like that.
So
And
good.
who would you want to play though?
Oh, that's a good
The
question.
Betty White
There
character.
you go. We're putting it out to the universe.
Oh my God, that's I was watching them this morning.
Salon though. I
Love
was
it.
blonde for a while. I recently dyed my hair actually brown for the latest role that I worked on. I'm going to keep the brunette for a while, but I do play like that clueless blonde character really well. They say it takes a really smart actress to play dumb. So I hope that that's the reason why I can play that like kind of airhead character really well as well.
So good. That is amazing. I'm excited for that because I love Golden Girls, but we are going to take a quick commercial break and we're going to be right back.
And we are back with Kimberly Dawn Guerrero. Now, Kimberly, do you have any holiday traditions that you do?
Well, I am really big on decorating. I actually start my holiday decorating on November 1st. A lot of people judge me for it because they're like, you shouldn't put your Christmas tree up till December 1st, but I want to get that holiday spirit for as long as I can. So I feel like Halloween, I don't like scary things anyway. That's like my pre-holiday season eve. So November 1st, my tree and my decorations go up.
I agree. I do the same thing, so I totally get it.
And
And
then my holiday traditions are just hanging out with family.
So what does the perfect holiday look like for you?
Oh my gosh. Getting the entire family together from both of my husband's side and my side of the family and cooking together and just spending the holidays, watching movies and just hanging out.
Did you ever have a snowy Christmas? Like, did you ever?
I grew up in Arizona, so no snow there. And now I'm in Southern California, so no snow here. I did spend the holidays this year up in Lake Arrowhead and no snow. We went up to the mountains. Thought we would have a snowy Christmas, no snow. So I guess I've actually never had Christmas in the snow. I've been to the snow many times, but I've never had a snowy Christmas.
It's pretty nice.
I'm missing out on that part. That's the only
Yeah.
thing about living on the West Coast. We kind of get gypped with the holidays. Like we have nice weather most of the time, but then we don't get the seasons, which I wish we did.
Yeah, we didn't have snow this year.
We did. Well, I'm in Canada, so I'm a little bit more
We
north
didn't
than
yet.
you.
I'm gonna knock
We had
on
no
wood
white.
on that because I don't
We
like
had no
to
white
shovel.
Christmas, but
Oh,
2 days
that's
later it was
magical.
green, so it's okay.
So what is the most valuable lesson that you've learned with anyone that you've worked with? Like, what did they teach you, and who is it really?
I actually learned a lesson recently on my last film with Vivica A. Fox. So I, yeah, yeah, I get something amazing out of everyone that I work with. And the first scene of the movie, I actually shot with Vivica. So I had met her for the first time filming this, and we just started going, and she saw what I was doing with my character, and she was like, okay, I love what you're doing, but just take a minute and breathe into her a little bit. Like just take a minute and breathe into her. And sometimes I need that reminder. And there was something where like we just kind of connected, and I like put like life into my character, and she just got me like going with it. But she's really good about she's amazing working with actors just to kind of like bring you into reality. She's so seasoned, and she's
Yeah,
such a
she's
calm
strong.
presence to her. Yeah.
Very strong woman.
Yeah, so definitely she just had me take a minute to breathe into my character before we started, and that really helped, especially like the first day working on a new project. Sometimes you have those jitters and those nerves, and my first scene of course was with Vivica, so it was like, okay, we're rolling. we're
That's
getting right
amazing.
into it. Yeah.
So what is your go-to fix when a day isn't going as planned for you?
Oh my gosh, watch something on TV that's funny, lose myself in entertainment.
Nice.
I'll put on Friends at the end of the day. I know that's such a like just a cheesy show that's been on forever, but if I'm having a really bad day and I put on a Friends episode, like I'll just kind of lose myself and laugh, and it'll just, it's all perspective too.
Very
Amen.
true. Yeah.
And can you tell us about some up and coming projects that you have?
Yeah, so I have a film right now in post-production called Deadly Draw. I actually, the movie is with the late Ed Asner. So it was the very last movie he filmed right before he passed. And it's just a really fun mystery. I hope that gets released sometime this year.
And we are going to take a quick commercial break with the conclusion of our interview with Kimberly Dawn Guerrero.
And we are back with Kimberly Dawn Guerrero. And before we wrap things up, we have one last question. If tomorrow was your last day on Earth, what would you like your legacy to be?
That I just stayed true to myself, and also that I did stuff for others. I don't think you should make this life about yourself. I feel like I'm in a business, in the acting business, where it's really, as an actress, it's really like a me business. But if my legacy could be more what I did for others than what I got back to myself, I feel like that would be, that's what it's about.
That's an amazing answer. I love that. And it's been absolutely a pleasure visiting with you today. And look for Kimberly Dawn Guerrero in AnchorMan 2. The legend continues on epics.com, Amazon Prime, and Paramount Plus. Southern Comfort on Freevee, Pluto TV, and 2BTV.com. A Holiday Heist on Amazon Prime and Voodoo.com, and Dognapped Hound for the Holidays can be found on the Ion channel and YouTube. You can follow, like, and subscribe to Kimberly on Instagram at It's Kimberly Dawn and on Facebook under Kimberly Dawn Guerrero.
And as always, thank you for tuning in to Mupo and Friends, courtesy of Mupo TV. And you could catch this show and many others at www.mupotv.com. That's www.mupotv.com. And catch us on Roku, Fire Stick, Vimeo, and make sure you download our app on Android and iOS. And don't forget, we have the second issue of our Mupo magazine coming out to you in your homes.
This is Emanuela Messina with our host, Michelle Mupo. And until next time,
have a Mupo awesome week.